On the Senate side today, Republican leaders left that meeting with the president, that generator of presidential optimism. They left that meeting and then shut down the Senate over a routine nomination. A presidential nominee for the National Labor Relations Board earned 52 votes in the Senate. Now do the quick math, 52 out of 100? Yeah, that's a majority, a clear majority. The nomination failed with that majority because it was subjected to a Republican filibuster. As we have discussed many times on this show, Republicans are using the filibuster in a way that it's never been used before in American history, using it to force a routine 60-vote supermajority for every single substantive vote in the Senate. This graph shows cloture votes. The huge spike at the end is from when Republicans lost the Senate and they started using the filibuster on essentially every vote. The effect of that is that the Senate is no longer capable of passing legislation or approving presidential nominees. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but it's not. In the Constitution, there are only a few specific things that require a supermajority. It's ratifying treaties, ratifying constitutional amendments, overriding presidential vetoes, expelling members of Congress, impeachment. Those are the things in the Constitution that require a supermajority, because those are the things, those few things are the things that the Founding Fathers believed should be really hard to do. So they required a supermajority. Now, the Republican minority in the U.S. Senate has decided that a supermajority is required for everything, for basic nominations, for basic legislation of any stripe. This problem has been bubbling under the surface for a while now. Today, it broke out into the open.
April, the president nominated him. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Now it's February, and they say we're rushing it. I don't think anybody in America at the most lethargic, slow-moving, half-dead operation anywhere in the country thinks that's rushing it when it takes us 10 months to get somebody through.
That was Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio shortly before today's vote. And again, remember, in today's vote, the nominee got 52 votes, 52 yes votes, a majority, and the nomination failed because of a filibuster. Senator Carl Levin told Huffington Post today that the filibuster is going to fall, saying, quote, "It will either fall of its own weight, it should fall of its own weight, or it will fall after some massive conflict on the floor, which has happened in the past when there have been rulings from the chair that have led to reform." The last time the rules affecting the filibuster were changed was when I was 2 years old, 1975. That's when the supermajority rule changed from 67 votes to 60. It was changed then because people thought that it was being abused back then. The way it was being used then is nothing like how it's being abused now. Today, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Leahy, said, "I'm in my 36th year. I've never seen anything like it." He said he conferred recently with former Senator Walter Mondale, who Ryan Grimm at Huffington Post notes today led the charge to change the filibuster rules the last time around in the 1970s before he became vice president. According to Senator Leahy, Mr. Mondale said it was just inconceivable to anybody at the time that the filibuster would be abused as it is now. Quote, "The reason the filibuster rule has been supported all these years is people have used it responsibly. This is unprecedented." Senator Leahy says Democrats are now finally considering ways to change the filibuster rules again for the first time since 1975. This, of course, will cause a convulsive mass self-immolation by Beltway Common Wisdom proprietors who have tried to pretend these past couple of years that a 60-vote threshold is something normal in the Senate and not something new that has effectively ended the ability of the United States government to make policy.